For the third time in 4 years, the Seattle Storm Bears are back on top, Stanley Cup champions. We ended up beating out Tampa Bay 4-1, back on top where we rightfully belong. What's going on, guys, and welcome back to your champion. That's right, champion Seattle Storm Bears franchise mode. Now, in this video, this is going to be the tail end of GM week. Now, I have been posting videos like crazy. I hope you guys are enjoying GM week. It's almost over, but we're going to go out on a couple very intense videos because we have the draft, obviously, which we have to worry about. But the thing I'm most concerned about is the re-sign stage, all right? So you can see Big Mac's going to want 10.6 for 3 years. Clayton Keller, what does he want? He wants 9.7 for 8. And as for Ovechkin, I have a few comments to go over, but I have made up my mind about Ovi. Dylan Strome's going to want 8.6. Brady Tkachuk's going to want, what, 8? 7.8. Quentin Hughes is going to want 6.5. There you go, 6.6. Keatley, what's he going to want? He's going to want $7 million. Kopitar and Krug, we're going to say goodbye to. Austin Pope, we got to re-sign at 3.9. Like, we have to shell out a ton of money right now. And I'm nervous because what if we don't have enough? And I really don't want any of those guys to go to free agency. But let's talk about the ageless wonder, Alex Ovechkin. All right, I got a few comments, and then I'm going to chime in on my own kind of comment on Alex Ovechkin. So I really thought he was going to retire. I was pretty shocked, actually, that he decided to come back for one more year. He's 39 years old. He'll be 40 in the summer, and sports for life. He pretty much says exactly what I'm thinking. He says, I don't think you should bring Ovi back. Trust me, I love Ovi just as much as the next guy, but it's time to say goodbye. You need to figure out who to replace him. The first line seems to struggle a little without Ovi, and you should work that out sooner than later. That, my friend, is the comment of the year, because that is exactly how I feel, 1000%. Matt Morgan says he is a legend, but don't bring Ovi back. Think about the future. It's time to move on. It's time to move on from the Great Eight. He's what, 38, 39? Time to say goodbye. Nate says, release Ovi. Tkachuk has been robbed of so much ice time from him. I don't think it's so much Tkachuk as Clayton Keller really has taken a backseat role, but I see what you're saying. And then Brandon Barenfeld, he says a big old comment here. So he says, as much as I love Ovi, it's time to move on. I think that's kind of the consensus. Everyone loves him, but it just doesn't make sense for us to hold on to him. You've got 3 cups in 4 years with him, therefore you've done everything you needed to do with him. Now it's time to move forward and look towards the future. Keatley is starting to go up now, so in my opinion, you should not only keep on to him, but maybe get the best out of him by switching him to a defensive defenseman due to his high defensive awareness. Now, I'm not a big fan of changing players around, but I will try it out, especially because I'm kind of lost with Keatley. He also says, now in terms of Dylan Strome, he really seemed to prove himself in the playoffs, and even more so, both he and Brady Tkachuk seemed to go off after they were put together. You may have some chemistry there with those two players, and they seem to bring the best out in each other, which is awesome. Find a way to make it work with those two. I think it could be an underrated key to your future success. Let Kopitar and Krug walk, as they both serve their purposes as well. Keller should definitely be back on the top line, and see what you have with the Matthew Tkachuk situation in free agency. Thank you for that novel of a comment, Brandon. You are a GM mode legend. Absolutely, thank you. Honestly, though, I think everyone, probably like 90% of the people were on Brandon's side, basically saying, you know, and everyone else, it's basically time to move on from Ovi. It's been great, it really has, but it's time to move on. It's just, you know, it was great. It was so much fun. It was incredible having Alex Ovechkin on our team. It really was. It was unreal. I mean, the guy had 130 points in his debut with the Seattle Storm Bears as a 37-year-old. He's done everything we've asked of him and more. Been a constant performer in the postseason as well, like 28, 29, 30, and 22. Like, he's just incredible. It's time to move on, you know? Ovechkin, I hope he goes back to Washington, and I'm going to try to trade him at the draft. Pretty much impossible to trade a player that has no contract left, because obviously that team's taking a gamble. You're basically just trading paying for their bargaining rights. So now before we worry about the scary re-sign stage, because I don't know what's going to happen there, I really hope we can afford to keep everyone. I'm looking to get a few more picks. So as of right now, I think we're missing on a third, a fourth, and that's it. But I like to get some more draft picks. So if a team comes at us with a fourth or a third for some prospects or whatever, I might have to go look at that. So the first overall pick for the first time since Austin Matthews is Toronto, and then we got Anaheim and then Montreal. So I don't think moving up in the top three is something we can do. I don't think moving up at all. I mean, we haven't really done that a whole lot. Moving up is something we haven't really done, and I think it's been okay because we've been doing all right. But Matthew Tkachuk now, and again, it's the 1 year left kind of thing. Matthew Tkachuk, what's his trade value looking like? Trade value is sky high, 92 overall. It's gonna cost me an arm and a leg to get this guy, and then we have to re-sign him. That's just another $8 million that I don't have right now. Trust me, you guys got to be patient with me. I would love to get Tkachuk on the team, but it's not going to work out right now. I have to make sure we can get Big Mac signed, Strome, Keatley, all those guys first. I want to have a team first. It'd be great to have, Tkachuk right now, but we're not quite ready yet. Not quite. We will be ready one day, but just not quite. Patience, my friend. Patience, patience, patience. Because look at us right now. We are right at the cap ceiling. We basically don't have any room to breathe. So for that reason, I'm not going to be moving up in the draft. We obviously have the 31st overall pick, and we've been pretty lucky with the 31st overall pick, all right? So we're going to go ahead and sim to our selection. Jaden Schwartz and a second for Zakhanov. Now, I'm not interested in moving Zakhanov, especially because Jaden Schwartz has 1 year left on his deal. He's probably pretty good, though. 84? Okay, guys, come on. Zakhanov is a 3-time Stanley Cup champion, all right? Not gonna happen. No, thank you. That is not how I do business here. Okay, so a couple medium elites actually hanging out. 73, Bissonnette. Oh, Paul Bissonnette. Is his name actually Paul? Not Pierre. The French biz nasty. Wow, 73 medium elite, 24th. How does Dallas get so lucky with all these picks? Because they got that Semenov guy who was like 84 or something. That's crazy. Medium elite goalie. Okay, so there's Felix Pock's future goalie. I mean, he's no Big Mac or anything, but Lebda there over in Detroit. 69 overall. Nice. We got a couple 60s, 62, 66. Now I believe, Patan looks pretty good. Looks like all the top 10 picks were pretty decent this year. Wharton, who's a 79. Miller's a 79. Letty's an 80. Vickers is a 79. All the medium elites. A very nice draft. A super, super good draft. And the first overall pick, going to the Maple Leafs. Ooh, wow. 81 overall. Jordan Hewson, center playmaker. Look at his stats. Whew. He's going to be so good for Toronto. He's already listed as a third liner, 87 offensive awareness right out the gate. Oh man, he's going to be so good for Toronto. So let's go ahead here and make our selection. Who do I want? Who do I want to take here? I wouldn't mind getting a defenseman. We got Cowan here, who's an offensive defenseman, listed in the second round. We got another Inanen, who is the only player. He's only 17 though, so that overall is going to be real low. He's definitely a project. He's the last player scouted to go in the first round, but I might take a bit of a risk here. We got Hedman, who's a big defensive defenseman, 6'5", 233. Okay, all right, Hedman. All right, so I only have 20 seconds here as I'm trying to make up my mind. Let's go with a defenseman from Sweden, 6'5". Maybe he's a Victor Hedman kind of player. Let's see here. Let's see. I like my Swedish defenseman, obviously Oliver Ekman-Larsson, and he turned out to be 69 medium top 4. That's not bad at all. That's pretty damn good. I'll take it. We've been hitting on these late picks. It's all good. That's all good. Let's see what we missed out on here. I'm super glad I didn't take that guy. Who else do we miss out on? Oh, this guy, medium elite. Okay, that sucks. It's all good though. Okay, so this is exactly what I wanted. I wanted to get some picks for this year. Perfect. Not super interested in giving a third. Let's see what else I can throw up on there. I wouldn't mind just straight up trading a prospect for those picks. Maybe someone with like little to no trade value. All right, so let's see if I can make this trade go through a little bit more in our favor. Don't really want to give up a third, so we'll give up 2/4 and again, a nothing prospect, unfortunately. He's not going to be anything for us. We're going to have to re-sign him anyways. Probably going to want a 1-year deal for a few picks this year and another second round pick who's 22. Come on, give me the draft picks. Trade accepted. There you go. I'll take it. I need some draft picks here. I don't even know if we have a second or not. I know we're hurting a little bit. Okay, so we do have a second round pick. That's nice. What do we want here? Anything kind of sticking out? Anything crazy in the draft? No medium franchise. We got 3 nice picks in a row from Vegas, Buffalo, and the Calgary Flames. So let's go ahead here and make another selection. We picked a defenseman last time. Let's see what else is out there. This could be kind of a fun pick here. Rob Gainey, who's 20 years old. I scouted him 3 times. His stats are looking okay, but 20 years old means he's going to have a pretty decent overall. Now, let's take a bit of a risk here with our second round pick. Not really a risk, but kind of picking outside of the box here since this is the last pick in the second round. These guys, I'm sure, are pretty good. I might be making a mistake here, but let's see what a high elite guy would look like. Obviously, he's not going to be high elite, but let's see just for fun, what is he looking like? And then we'll go ahead and make our 4th round pick because we have a few of them actually, which is kind of nice. Medium, top 6, 67. That's a good draft pick. Taking those 20-year-olds, that's awesome. I'm stoked on that. Justin Falk for Jacob Chychrun. Whew, that's a big move. If Justin Falk was a little bit younger, I'd think about it, but Justin Falk's 33, where Chychrun's probably not even 30. Yeah, he's only 27. So thank you, but no thank you, not happening. I thought this was Jaden Marco from our Japan GM mode, but it's Jason Marco. Okay, let's see what we can do here. A right wing 2-way forward. Ooh, another Ekman Larson. Another Ekman Larson. I mean, there's a few decent guys here. Ekman Larson, I really like taking players with names that we already have. It's worked out for us in the past because we got that Kachuk guy. He was like 70 overall, and he wasn't really scouted to be where I was selecting. It was kind of a risky pick. You know, we've actually had a few risky picks this draft. Now, this is one of the picks we got from Edmonton, so you know what? Whatever. Ekman Larson, our Ekman Larson isn't going to be around forever. Maybe Lars can step up and be the next Ekman Larson in the Seattle bloodline. He's got 95 speed, but it is red, so that's low. His strength's 93. Again, it is low, but let's go here. Why not? Ekman Larson. Honestly, if you... Oh my god. Medium elite 67. Why does that always work for us? Literally every time we take a risk, it works out. We took a risk on Kachuk, on Pope, on Bergenheim, and we've all hit on these crazy picks. Lars Ekman Larson. Oh man, he's 20 years old. Okay, so 20 years old at 67 overall isn't super fantastic, but he does have that medium elite, which means he is going to have a lot of trade value. Okay, all right, there you go. I wanted to get a few more late round picks, and that was a definite, oh my, okay, I'm not even going to look at this trade. Carolina, go away. I'm never trading agency. That was awesome. I'm stoked on that. I think we've done a pretty good job. Not really blind drafting, but just kind of taking players with cool names and stuff like that. It's actually worked out for us. That seems too good to be true, honestly. Was there anyone else that was really good, or is that like the best pick of the draft? Medium elite, 67 overall. So we've picked a couple of forwards, a couple defensemen. Let's go with a Tendy if there's one available. Okay, I guess not. No goalies, unfortunately, but I am all about drafting those 20-year-olds. 19, high bottom 6. Let's see what, okay, there's one. That's an offensive defenseman, 6'3", 205. He could be pretty good. Another German. We scouted him 4 times. You know, let's go with the German. We had good luck last time with Christoph Walsler. He was awesome. He turned out to be like 60-something overall out of the draft. And this guy's there you go. This guy's 20 years old and he's 65. There you go. That seems to be like the thing to do, is just to draft 20-year-olds. And that guy was pretty good as well. The other guy we were eventually going to draft. A 6th and a 7th for a 5th and a 6th. That makes literally no sense at all. No thank you. First for Whitman. What? So we get a first for a prospect goalie that I don't really know about? Where do we draft this guy? 2nd round, 2024. Is he really worth a first? The Devils don't look that great. We don't really have any prospect goalies, so I mean, getting a first for this guy kind of seems pretty good, right? Let's see here. He is our best prospect goalie. I mean, we have this guy who is pretty good. We got this guy as well, who also looks pretty good. Andre, not even going to try to pronounce that name. And then Kaminsky, who was a third-round pick, who we signed in free agency. So, you know what? I'm really not going to need a starting goalie because Big Mac is right there. So I will take the first-round pick in 2026. Thank you very much. Whitman, I mean, good luck, buddy. I have two goalies who are pretty much the exact same as you coming up. So there you go. I'll take a first-round pick. Thank you very much, New Jersey. I was not really expecting that. Couple medium elites right there in the 5th round. What else we got? Nothing too crazy. All right, let's make our last couple selections here, and then we'll see about the re-sign stage. All right, so we do have an exact elite, so he's probably going to be a low elite. He is 18 years old, scouted to go in this round. So let's go. Let's take him, and he is a... What is he? It's probably like 60-something low elite. 54 low elite. Okay, that's not great. Let's go with a Finn. Let's go with Barkov here. Maybe he's a cousin of... Ooh, 65. That's not bad. I guess maybe he's a cousin of Alex Barkov, T. Barkov. We've had a really good draft, honestly. I'm pretty stoked about this. A first for Zubov. Oh my God, we're getting a lot of action here. So Zubov is a player that I don't really know if we're gonna have enough money to re-sign. So we get another first. Oh man. Okay, so Zubov was pretty good for us. He wasn't, I mean, he's not outstanding or anything, but a 30-point third liner, it's not terrible. It's really not. But the thing is with Zubov is he's going to want, like, what was it, like 3.5, which honestly, I don't even think we have that. So I might take this. A first for Zubov. That seems like a pretty good trade for us. I don't see why we're not going to make that move. Let me think here. The thing is, our team is going to look a lot different come next year. We're not going to be able to keep everyone. So right now we got Strome and Zakhanov. We got Tkachuk as well, who could probably take over Zubov's role. And then we got to find a fourth liner because Tkachuk could grow to like 81 or 82. It looks like he's growing pretty good. You know what? I can take that. We're probably going to let him walk to free agency anyways. And if we were to get an offer sheet to him, we wouldn't get a first round pick. So you know what? I will take the first. Thank you, Winnipeg. Thank you for everything you've done, Yuri Zubov. You were a big piece of trade that came over with Tampa Bay. You won a couple of cups with us, and we ended up choosing you over Nolan Langfeld, that bum from Detroit. There you go. We got another first. That's awesome. I'm stoked on that. We haven't taken a goalie, but it looks like there is no goalies out there. So let's go with defenseman, a offensive defenseman, Zach Anthony. He's an 18-year-old medium top 6. He was the last pick in the 6th round, and he's looking like a 52 overall. Not that great, but in the 6th round, really, what can you do? Oh, I'm just kidding. We apparently have one more pick. Right. We have the very last pick in the draft. Let's pick someone with an awesome name. All right, we are going to go with Vic Generous. Yes, Vic Generous. He is a very generous dude. He's a center sniper, future first liner for us, and he is a 66 low top 6. Oh my, that's not bad at all. Oh my God, that's sick. Okay, there you go. I was not expecting that at all. That was a longer draft than what I wanted it to be, but it's all good because we have to make this stretch out a little bit. Tomorrow, you guys will see the re-sign stage. No, actually, I'll re-sign a few players. We'll see what we're going to be working with here. And then tomorrow for Sunday, you'll see the re-sign stage, the majority of it anyways. Maybe we'll get a little bit done here, and we'll also get done the free agency and all that kind of stuff. So let's see here what Big Mac is going to want. He's my priority. He wants 10.2 million for 4 years. That's fine. I'll give you exactly what you want for 4 years. Let's just see if I can get everyone for their asking price. 9 million for 5 years. Okay, all right, I'll take it. Ovechkin, we're going to say goodbye to. It's pretty much unanimous. Thank you so much, Ovi, for everything, but it's time to move on. I hope you find a good home. You got all the Stanley Cups you could ever want, but you know what? I know you're a hungry competitor. You're probably going to want another one, so hopefully we see you in the Stanley Cup final next year with whatever team you decide to sign with. This honestly makes me a little bit sad. Thanks, Ovi. Good luck in the future. I really hope he signs with Washington. Dylan Strome, he wants 8.6 for 6 years. Okay, all right. Now I'm just going to give everyone their asking price, and then after we'll have to go back and forth, back and forth. 7.7 for 3 years. It's a lot of money. Quentin Hughes probably going to want like $7 million as well. Yeah, exactly. $7 million bucks. And Keatley, let's see what Keatley wants here. I think he wanted 6.5. He wants 6.3. Okay, so we'll give you what you want. And then Kopitar, we're going to say goodbye to. Thanks, but no thanks. Torrey Krug, we got to say goodbye to. Austin Pope, I got to give a contract to. I'm going to hang on to Pope. A lot of you guys like Pope, and I think he's going to do well for us. 2.5 for 1 year. That's fine. I'm not going to give Aaron Dell a contract right now because he wants 1.8. Now, it's going to be that point where we have only $1 to $2 million to work with. So if we have to say goodbye to Aaron Dell, it's not the end of the world. I just want to make sure we're going to be covered to sign Big Mac, or I don't want to get to the point where we can't re-sign a player because we're down like 1.3 million where we already spent that on Aaron Dell. So Clayton Keller is good to go. Strome says no. Keatley says yes. Big Mac says no. Brady Tkachuk, no. Quentin Hughes, yes. Pope, yes. Okay, good. That was way easier than I initially thought. I was hoping I wouldn't have to spend too much money. We have 31 million still, so I got to give Big Mac a little bit more than what he's asking for. Now, here come the people saying, use the 85% trick. Use that. It doesn't work. It works for some things. I don't want to get into it. I'm not using it. We'll give you 10.5 for 4 years. How about that? All right, 10.5, and then Dylan Strome we got to work with, and then Brady Tkachuk. So let's go 6 years at $9 million bucks. That's a lot of money, Dylan Strome. That's a ton of money. Now everyone's gonna say, "Oh, you overpaid. My dad never loved me." No. It's fine. It's fine. It's all good. Just relax. We're going to go $8 million bucks, 8.025 for Brady Tkachuk. Now, you got to remember, we're like 7 years in here, so the cap is very much inflated. Think of this as like Brady Tkachuk wanting $8 million. That's actually like signing him to like a $6 million contract because of the inflation. So don't worry about it. Dylan Strome said no, Big Mac said no, and Brady Tkachuk said no. Okay, this could be difficult. Let's go with priority here. First things first, I want to sign Big Mac. So I tried giving him a little bit more. Let's go, 10.8. You know, he is worth it though. Vezina Trophy, 3 cups. He's looking to cash in. Now, the next player I want to sign is Brady Tkachuk. Now, we do have enough cap to get everything done, so I'm not too worried about that. 8.2 for 3. That seems like so much money to pay. But again, I mean, with being in year 7, players are going to want a lot more money. Dylan Strome, he wanted, let's try 9.2. All right, now he is still very good. There's a lot of talk about trade Dylan Strome, trade him. I don't think that's really something we should. I was harsh on Strome, I really was, but you see what he did with Ovechkin and you see what he did with Agent C. It was like a match made in heaven. Strome still said no. Big Mac, all 3 of them said no. Oh wow, we gotta make something work here. We only have 3 more days here, so okay, if we lose Big Mac to free agency, that is worst case scenario. That is the worst thing ever. So can I offer you $11 million, Big Mac? 11? The thing is, we have the cap space. We have the money. We have 31 million, all right? So 11, we can go ahead and give you 9.4 for 6 years. Okay. All right, Strome. Okay, and then Brady Tkachuk, can I give you 8.5? It's a lot of money to throw out there, and we still have to re-sign like Aaron Dell and a few other little players, so I don't know if it's going to work or not. I would really like these guys to sign. Dylan Strome said yes, that's good. Big Mac said no, and Brady Tkachuk said no. Oh, no. Come on, Big Mac. You are arguably one of my favorite players in franchise mode. Please make this easy on me. $23 million. I'll give you 11. I'll give you whatever you want. Can I like adjust the years? How about a 1-year deal at 11.3? Come on, Big Mac. You can do this, buddy. What if I give you 8.55 for 1 year? All right, let's just try to make something work here. You guys got to work with me a little bit. I understand you guys got 3 cups. I understand you guys want to cash in, but we're getting down to the wire here. We only have 1 more day. They both said no. Oh my God, what am I going to do? I got to give them basically a stupid amount of money. $11.6 million. Come on, Big Mac. You can sign, buddy. I know you can. And Brady Tkachuk, oh God. This is a ton of money to pay. $8.8 million, okay? Now that's it. If you guys don't sign for that, we might see the exact same thing with Zakhanov where we have to, revisit it in free agency. So this is it. If they don't re-sign, I don't know what I'm going to... Oh my God, Big Mac. They both said no. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, this is the worst. Okay, so first things first, there's a lot of sick players in free agency. A lot of nasty players. Now, that's great, but I'm really concerned about my goalie, Big Mac. He wants 10.3, and there's a lot of good goalies out there as well. He's obviously gonna, there's a lot of teams interested too. St. Louis, San Jose, oh my God. Okay, so this is where I'm going to end the video. It's a little bit of a cliffhanger, but it's going to be a good time for the end of GM week, all right? I got $22 million to work with. I have to re-sign Tkachuk, or we can go after Tolvanen as well. We could just completely cut ties with Brady Tkachuk. We can go after Tolvanen. Brady Tkachuk had, 50-something points? He came alive in the postseason, though. He was a big reason why we ended up winning the Stanley Cup. And if I want to keep the Brady Tkachuk, if I want to keep the triple Tkachuk dream alive, I need to figure this out. But I need to pray to God. I need to pray to the hockey gods that Big Mac re-signs with us. Okay, so find out in the next video. I'm sorry to do this. I hate leaving it on a big cliffhanger. I hate it. But it has to happen for GM week. We're going to go out on a dramatic note on Sunday, which will be the last day of GM week. It's been a hell of a ride for GM week, and we're going to go out with a very dramatic video. So I hope to hell that these guys re-sign, because if not, our team just completely looks different. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.